have resorted to sticky notes instead of actual tabs because I'm running out again. And hey guys, I'm Andrea, I'm a young adult author, and welcome to my channel if this is your first time here, and welcome back if you've been to my channel before. So if you've been watching this Reread With Me series, then you know we are discussing Of Poseidon by Anna Banks. If you've never been to this channel before, just know that this series is full of spoilers. Do not watch it if you don't like spoilers or if you want to read the books because it will ruin them. And this is my fair warning to you guys. I'll give you a second to hop off. Okay, so we're in the yellow tabs and we're gonna do maybe one of the orange because we did one yellow before this. I finished this book, guys, and I have resorted to sticky notes instead of actual tabs because I'm running out again, and if you guys watch my last episode, you know I literally just bought more. So we're gonna split this discussion up into at least 2 videos and maybe 3 depending on how many of these pink tabs there are. I tried to tab a little less in the back, but there was so much that I wanted to discuss. So without further ado, let's just get started because this is going to be long. We left off, I believe, with Galen finding out that Emma is a half-breed, right? I tabbed this page because he is happy that she's a half-breed because that means that Grom would not mate with her and he can have her all to himself. He doesn't exactly say that. He just says Grom would never mate with the half-breed. But really, he's excited about it because he feels like, oh, if you hear something in the background, my daughter's making weird noises. Really, he's excited about it because he feels like, oh, Grom would never mate with her, so now she can be all mine. You guys know we've been discussing this throughout this entire Reread With Me series, in this book specifically, that Galen is literally just trying to find any way in the book for Emma to be his. Mind you, he never even asked her if she wanted to be his or if she wants to be Grom's. He just assumes that, oh, she has to be Grom's because she has the gift of Poseidon. So yeah, I can't have her, even though I haven't even asked her who she wants to be with, whether that's me or Grom, and she literally has no say in the matter. He's just like, oh yeah, she has to be with Grom. Moving on. I just knew this was gonna end badly, so I marked it because I was right. Emma takes Raina out to drive. Mind you, Raina has never driven a day in her life. Her license is fake, none of that's real. She takes her out to some abandoned road to teach her how to drive. And literally what happens is she tries and spins them out of control and then stops the car and they're fine. And then Emma, instead of being like, okay, maybe we shouldn't try this anymore, is just like, all right, well, let's go again. This is how you do it. And Raina wants to go faster because Emma's like, just ease off the brake and you'll start moving. And Raina's like, no, that's too easy. Slam on the gas. And she freaks out because they're going too fast, literally starts turning the wheel here and there and runs straight into a tree. Then her response after this happens and the airbag hits her is to fight the airbag, look at Emma and go, well, are you just gonna sit there? We have a long walk home. You're not hurt, are you? Because I can't carry you. Mind you, they just wrecked Galen's car and Raina's license is not even real. It's fake. And the cops are coming. Just perfect. However, I will say that I love that chapter because it shows her and Emma building their relationship, and if you remember, they started off kind of hating each other, so it's nice that you get to see them kind of bonding and that Emma is kind of becoming friends with Raina instead of fighting with her is really nice. And I love that Raina was kind of redeemed even though she's still ignorant and rude, but at least now her and Emma are friends, so that makes it a little bit better. It was refreshing to see them hanging out and Emma not obsessing over Galen like she's always doing throughout this entire book. Just saying. So while Raina and Emma are out wrecking Galen's car, Galen is going to the archives to find out more about the half-breeds and what exactly happened with them, what they can and can't do. And he basically finds out that Emma's never going to grow a fin, which I already knew. I mean, come on. It's obvious. Then he also finds out that while he's on land, he ages faster, which is why they don't want them spending time on land and why the city of Atlantis and the half-breeds were killed off. because when they spend time on land, their race dies out faster because they die quicker because their aging basically increases, I guess, like or decreases. They age quicker on land is what I'm trying to say. Now, this pissed me off because Galen still didn't get it after he saw some people in the archives with blue eyes. He still didn't get the hint that Emma's mom has blue eyes, guys. She has blue eyes. Like, is this not obvious that she's clearly Serena? Like, she's got blue eyes, she's got the hair, she's got the skin. But nope, Galen doesn't notice that. And he goes through this inner monologue instead about asking himself if Emma is worth it. Is she worth staying on land and dying quicker and leaving his kind, basically, and only going in the water every once in a while? And he comes to the conclusion that yes, she's worth it. Mind you, he still has not even told her he likes her, and she doesn't think he has any interest in her whatsoever. Does that about cover it? I think so. What upsets me so much about Emma's mother is that she's so full of accusations. When Emma comes home, she from getting in this accident, mind you, she grabs her head, looks in her eyes, trying to figure out if she's high, right? What also pisses me off is that she thinks that she knows what's best for Emma, but Emma's so upset and won't tell her things because when she told her what happened when she was 4, that the fish saved her, instead of her admitting the truth, she lied and started laughing at her daughter, and still doesn't believe it. And she still does not tell Emma anything. And that really upsets me because it's Emma's heritage too. Emma's Serena, half at least. And you're not going to tell her anything. You're going to laugh in her face when you find out that she has the gift. Shouldn't that automatically click in your head oh, my daughter probably has the gift of Poseidon. That's why the fish saved her. No, she just thinks nothing of it. And she continues to lie to Emma every single day and make Emma feel like she can't tell her things because she won't believe her. I just don't know what to say. Then she keeps lying. In this next page, she says, oh yeah, your dad did believe you, but he believed anything you said, Emma. Of course you thought it was real. To you it was real. It was freaking real, and you know this because you're Serena. You know freaking mermaids exist, and you never told her. Of course what happened to her was real. You're ignorant, and I really don't like you anymore. Honestly, that's how I feel about it, because you should have told your daughter the truth instead of sitting there and lying to her face. What kind of example are you setting for your child? But no, nobody cares about that. Just brush past her lies. Moving on. And then we find out that Galen believes Emma's dad was a half-breed, and that's how Emma came about, right? Because suspecting the mom at this point, page 250, mind you, still not happening. Nobody even looks twice at the mother. So he takes her on a date in this chapter, and it's very refreshing once again, even though it's not a real date. But at the end of this chapter, everything just goes awry. Let's just discuss the date though. I thought it was really cute that finally they went on a date. After all this time, finally, he takes her on a date. And while out on this date, Emma spends $75 on popcorn, soda, and candy because she knows Galen's rich, so she's just like, whatever. And he tells her to get whatever she wants, so she does it. But at the end of this chapter is when, again, things go awry. After their date, nothing really happened. They start hanging out at Rachel's again, and Galen has a surprise for Emma, and it's literally the cutest thing ever. He takes her to see the actual Titanic, and they spend some time underwater looking at the boat, and it's almost like a mini date, even though it's not a date. Then he takes her home, and this is where things just go bad. So he kisses her. Finally, freaking finally. This is one of those books where it takes pretty much the whole book for them to kiss, because on page 265, they finally kiss. Guess how it gets ruined, guys? Because Emma thinks that he kissed her for her mother's benefit, because her mom comes out right after that. So she's a little heartbroken because he had her convinced that he really liked her, but nope. He's just doing it for her mom, or that's what she thinks, which isn't true. And then Raina comes out of no freaking where. And this is where the scene just goes completely terrible. Raina comes out of nowhere yelling at Galen like, why would you kiss her? You know she belongs to Grom. She yells at Emma that she's supposed to be mated with Grom and to stop being dumb because it was a real kiss, not a fake kiss like it should have been, and Galen shouldn't be kissing her because she's supposed to mate with Grom. And Emma, rightfully so, gets pissed off, literally leaves the two of them at the beach and stops talking to them. Like, that's basically how this ends. She literally finds out everything that she needs to know. Why he came, the real reason why he came, mind you, and the fact that she's supposed to be mated with Grom, stops, cuts him off, and is like, I know how this ends, and literally walks home. Then he says to Raina, he's not mad at Raina because obviously Emma deserves to know, but he's talking to Raina and he's offering to take her home, and she's like, I know the way home, Galen. So both of them leave him, which I thought was such a powerful point in this chapter, to leave him alone, even though it's short-lived because, like everything else in this book, it's not too important, I guess. So yeah, he's left alone at the end of that, but then he can't get over Emma. Like, he can't get over her. He's calling her phone. Now this was petty. Emma put his number on the bathroom stall at school. This was so petty. Like, she left his number there so a bunch of girls could text him so he'd leave her alone, basically. And girls are flocking to him, which is something that really irritates me in this book because I've never seen a guy in my school, at least, that girls just flock to and are pushing each other out of the way to get to him. And they're like, you're a whore, blah, blah, blah. Like, that doesn't happen. Honestly, can we stop perpetuating this? That because he's hot, all sense of reality and dignity just fly out the window. Like, oh my gosh, Galen's so hot. You're a whore. You don't deserve to be with him. Girls don't do that. I'm sorry, but they don't. I've never seen it happen other than books and movies. Stop. Just stop. Why can't Galen just be normal and the reactions that girls have to Galen be normal? Because a girl doesn't need to react that way. Honestly, that's not how this goes. Maybe one or two girls throwing themselves at him, but this author writes it like the whole school of girls is just flocking to Galen. And I'm taking his number off the bathroom stall and texting him. It's too much. Just stop. Let's just not do that. How about that? We cool with that? I'm cool with that. Cool. Continue. Galen is very upset and he is swimming off somewhere. And this pisses me off too because he says here that Rachel tapped Emma's phone and he knows Emma has a date with Mark tonight, and it pisses him off so much. He's so upset about it. Why is Rachel tapping Emma's phone? This is such an invasion of her privacy, and it's not okay under any circumstance. He's mad she won't talk to him, so he gets Rachel to tap his phone. Mind you, it is illegal, and Rachel's supposed to be out of the mafia and doing legal things now, except she's not. She's tapping phones and pulling medical records and stuff. How am I supposed to like her again? I'm not. I'm not going to, because any normal human being would not do that type of stuff for anybody, because you just shouldn't do it. And for such a stupid reason. Oh, Rachel, she won't talk to me. Tap her phone. Find out what she's doing. Find out who she's talking to. Like, that's stalkerish. Why does nobody else see this? That's very stalkerish. It's not normal. It's weird. Just, there's really nothing else to say about it. Who does that? But that's not the point. The stalker is mentioned in this chapter very briefly, so we know the stalker still exists, basically. But at the end of this chapter, Torv comes back to Galen. He tells Galen he found Paka, and she has, I'm probably saying her name wrong, but she has the gift of Poseidon, guys. So guess what? Galen can have Emma now. He can tell her how he really feels. So you know what Galen does? Galen runs off, swims off to find Emma. Mind you, I don't even know how he found Emma. I'm guessing Rachel had some type of tracker on her phone, because don't put it past Rachel, guys. Rachel's a private investigator or something, and she's breaking the law for Galen, because why the heck not? We're just going to tap Emma's phone for you, Galen. Just for you, hottie. You're so cute. Moving the heck on. She's going on her date with Mark, and she says he's not like she imagined. He's nothing like Galen, but she just wants to go out and move on with her life, so she's going out with him. Meanwhile, Galen is blowing up her phone, trying to get a hold of her, right? And then he shows up on their date outside their window, threatens to beat Mark up for having his hand on Emma's leg. And Mark is playing into it. He's just like, no, Emma, if he wants to fight, let's go. Like, let's fight. Let's do it. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. But he doesn't know what Galen is capable of. So basically he gives Emma a choice, which is one thing Galen has never done. So I respect Mark for that. Mark was like, let's let Emma decide who she wants to go with. Because, you know, Galen is just like, Emma, get in the car. You're coming with me. You're not going back with him. Bossy Galen, here we go again, because ordering girls around is completely hot, and it's completely fine. Yeah, be possessive over me. I love it. No. No. Mark is a sweetheart and gives her a choice. And of course, Emma has to choose Galen. Why? Because Galen's throwing a hissy fit, and he's going to punch Mark in the face if Emma doesn't go with him, right? Right. There's literally a part in here where she says she'll protect Mark if Galen comes over to punch him for kissing her on the cheek. I'm trying to make this a shorter review, but honestly, can we just discuss how irritating that is? Don't do that. If you're a guy watching this, don't do this. This isn't hot. This isn't okay. This is freaking weird and obsessive and borderline stalkerish. These are the types of people that kill people because their love is just so strong, or that stalk them and can't get enough, because that's how Galen is acting right now. He's not acting like a gentleman. He's not being cute. He's not doing any of that. He's literally stalked Emma to this place, tapped her phone, and threatened her date in front of her. Never once did he even ask her if she wanted to talk to him. What he should have done was just taken the 2 minutes she offered him, spoke to her, and then let her know he would really like to talk to her some more, and he would really appreciate it if she give him more time to communicate with her, instead of basically saying that she's coming with him without giving her a choice at all. Anyway, let's move the heck on. So Emma's really mad at Galen, and she lets him know that she's really mad at him. And this part was irritating because it's described as though it's almost abuse. Like, he grabs her, she tries to jerk away, and he's like gripping her extra hard. It literally says the old Emma would be bruised within the next 10 minutes because she's jerking away and he's pulling her back and won't let her go. Let's not even discuss how not okay that is. I want to get away. You need to let me get away. Why are you still grabbing me? That's bordering on abusive, guys. I'm just saying that's pretty much abuse. If you're saying there would be a bruise within the next 10 minutes if it was the old you, it's abuse, guys, but we'll brush it off because they're Serena, they're not human, so it can't be abuse, because he knew, this is what I'm guessing was thought, he knew that her skin was tough now, so he could do stuff like that and she wouldn't get hurt. But mind you, why are you gripping her that hard anyway? Because she's trying to get away and you want to talk to her? Honestly, that's what we do now. People are trying to get away because they don't want to talk to us, and what do? We grip them mad hard, hard enough to leave a bruise if they're human, guys, but not if they're Serena. And it's completely fine because we just want to discuss, right? Right. Alrighty. So then we finally get to the part, after 295 pages, Galen finally tells Emma that he cares for her and that he loves her. And guess what Emma does? Melts right into him. They start making out, and Galen is like, we still gotta talk though, but I guess they're together now, because there's a part where it literally says this is better than being broken up. So they're making out and they're in love and everything after all of that I just told you, after him gripping her that hard and everything, because all he had to do was say I love you, and she just melted into his arms. The attraction was just so strong that she just was so happy that she could have him. Honestly, let's move on. So Emma has a thought about how she wants to be above and below sea level and explore both worlds because she's part of both worlds, which is completely understandable, but she doesn't really tell Galen this. Now, here's where I started using sticky notes. I said I was going to stop, but apparently I'm just on a rambling rampage, so yeah. I like that Raina and Emma are spending more time together now, and they're waiting for the guys to get back because, you know, they're both basically dating guys that are friends. So she's doing Raina's nails and everything, but her mom calls and discusses the fact that she's missed curfew and was at his house till 4 a.m. last night. But that's completely fine because we didn't ground her, we didn't do anything. Mind you, she is 18, so I just do have to mention that. But still, it's kind of like a my house, my rules type of thing. Like, why are you staying over your boyfriend's house till 4 a.m.? Moving on, because that's all I really want to say about that. Of course, Emma promises not to miss curfew again. Spoiler alert, she misses curfew again and stays at his house all day until morning. And her mom is just allowing this stuff to happen. Can't make it up. There's another part in this book where Galen kisses Emma while she's in a bathing suit and he's in swimming trunks. Makes her turn red, and he tells everybody that's his favorite color. And Emma's embarrassed because he kisses her in front of Raina, Torv, and Rachel. And they're all just standing there like, mind you, I don't think it was that bad because my husband has kissed me in a bathing suit in front of his parents before, and it really wasn't a big deal, even when we were dating. It was just a little kiss. It's not that serious. But let's move on. So Galen starts talking to Dr. Mulligan, who is just mentioned now again when they finally talk again. And basically he says he's determined that Emma's father was a half-breed because that's the easiest thing he can come up with. But Dr. Mulligan, thank you, rips that apart real quick because Emma's exactly half Serena and half human, and if this was a half-breed from forever ago, the bloodline would be much more diluted. So again, they're back to square one, but we already knew that Nalia was Emma's mom, guys. Come on now, there's no way you read this all this way into the book and you still have no idea. Please, we all know the truth, but Galen and Emma are just clueless. Everybody's clueless, right? Right. And finally, I marked it because literally page 311, guys, is finally when Galen gets that he should be asking Emma to do things and not ordering her. He asks her to stay out of the water instead of trying to force her to stay out of the water. And I marked it because it's necessary to mention that Galen finally learned something. Mind you, the previous chapter, he literally grabbed her to stop her from running away so hard that he could leave a bruise. I mean, I guess you win some, you lose some in this book. Whatever. So while Galen is visiting Grom for his mating ceremony, Grom makes a comment that his eyes are turning blue because there's a myth that if you stay out of water for too long, your eyes will turn blue, which Emma's mom, like, I can't stress this enough. I can't, because he still doesn't get it. I literally can't stress it enough. Because after all of these clues, he still doesn't get it. Let's move on. It said that Paka has the gift of Poseidon, and like I said, I forgot whether that was true or not. Turns out it's not true. What she did was train these dolphins. She trained these dolphins to do tricks like humans do, and Galen tries to tell Grom that, but Raina says no, he doesn't have any proof that the gift of Poseidon involves just speaking to the fish, which he does, but it's in Emma, and he doesn't want to bring Emma, right? So my question is, why didn't you just tell him that you've seen the humans do shows like this before? I feel like all this could have been avoided if he was just like, well, Grom, I know because I've seen the humans do this before. This is how the humans train the dolphins. Then Grom would have no reason to believe he was lying because Galen is really the human ambassador. He spends a lot of time around the humans. But no, none of that happened. Grom just flips out, banishes them, and then they go back up to see Emma and Torif, right? Because that's what makes sense. Grom is just mad for no reason because completely out of Grom's character to be this upset. But he is, for some odd reason, and it's mentioned that it's completely out of his character. So then why is he acting like that? And there's no reason given or really even explained other than the possibility that he's about to mate again after Nalia, which, again, still doesn't explain it. But whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Torif enlists the help of a tracker who trained him to find out who this person is that keeps intruding near Emma's house. I don't know who the heck they thought it was, but honestly, let's just discuss. And boom, it's Nalia, guys. It's Nalia because we knew that from the jump, and it literally took them page 321, guys. There's only 324 pages. 321. It's Nalia. So, you know, Torif runs back to stop the mating ceremony, or sends Eudor back to stop the mating ceremony, and Galen goes to confront Emma's mother. And guess how he confronts her, guys? He offers to help her with the dishes, puts his hand in the water, senses her immediately, and literally says, and I quote, "You've got a lot of explaining to do, Nalia." That's the end of this book. Mind you, he says nothing to Emma, doesn't tell Emma what's going on. Instead, he just kisses her because he thinks, oh, everything's going to change after this, so let me kiss Emma again real quick. You should have sat down and told her what was going on, and this probably would have turned out better, because then she could have confronted her mother herself. But we in this book with this huge confrontation between Galen and Emma's mom. Mind you, Emma's mom barely knows Galen, and Galen barely knows Emma's mom. Honestly, Emma would have been the best person to confront her own mother, but whatever. That's the end of this book, guys. That's it. That's all there is to it. Let's put it down. I just want to generally discuss, because there's a couple of things that I want to just bring up. Can we talk about the fact that Emma's literally always left with a babysitter? And that Emma's mom is she's always accusing people of things when really she's the one who's lying and has been lying to Emma her entire life. This woman just has a problem. Honestly, what kind of mother is she? It just bothers me because I'm not going to say that it's unrealistic, but it doesn't make any sense. She's been lying to Emma her whole life, but she's always accusing other people of lying and other people of doing things when she's the one that's always doing things. Like, guilty conscience much? And the fact that Galen always leaves somebody to watch over Emma like she's a child when she's 18 years old. I mean, even her mother doesn't leave a babysitter to watch her. Can we just be honest here? Why is he so protective? I get a little protectiveness, I do, but I feel like he's so over the top. That's like my husband every time he leaves to go somewhere being like, okay, well, so-and-so's gonna sit here with you all day, or so-and-so's gonna watch you all day. No. Just no. And he's not even her husband, he's her boyfriend. That just makes it even worse that he leaves her at his house with somebody there to watch him. My husband literally never did that to me, and it's really just bordering on ridiculous. Honestly, this whole book is bordering on ridiculous. I can see why I liked it a little bit. And I say a little bit. But look at all the tabs that I have in this book, guys. And it is only 324 pages. I think my main issue with this book is not the mating or any of that. It's the fact that Galen is really not all that likable to me. Like, yes, he's okay, but that's it. He's just okay. There's nothing else that I really love about him. He's controlling, he's possessive, he's overprotective, he's a liar. I just don't like him. And for him to be the main love interest, I should love him, but I don't. I feel like he could have changed in the beginning of this book, and the author did not have to make him so obsessed and protective of Emma and so overly in love. Like, the insta-love in this book kills me. It just stick a knife in my heart kills me because it comes out of nowhere. It makes no sense really. It's just so, everything just moves so fast. Like, they meet and within a week Emma is his pretend girlfriend and they're pretending that they're dating for Emma's mom so that he can train her. Mind you, he's already told her she's Serena, and she trusted him enough to go to his house after meeting him for only, after knowing him for only 3 days and only speaking to him twice, both times because she got injured or fell into him. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. My other issue with this book is that even if you hadn't read the book, you would know that Emma's mom is Nalia. Like, you could literally guess that probably within the first, 50 pages. Like, it's so freaking obvious. The second they sense an intruder at Emma's house and the footsteps lead up to her house, it should ring a bell. Oh, her mom's clearly Nalia. If not Nalia, oh, her mom's clearly Serena. Like, that's what it should be. That's what you should sense. It's so predictable. And honestly, what even is the point of this book? Because the plot is literally Galen meets Emma, or goes to meet Emma, because he feels like she is the gift of Poseidon. Then Galen convinces Emma that she's Serena. Then he convinces her she has the gift of Poseidon. Then he trains her, basically priming her for his brother, preparing her for his brother to be mated with his brother. But then his brother meets someone who he thinks has the gift of Poseidon, because that's what they believe, even though she doesn't. So Galen is free to be with Emma, and Galen starts being with Emma on land, mind you, not telling anybody other than Raina and Torif. And then we find out her mom is Nalia. Like, that's literally how this book goes. And it makes no sense because there's just nothing in here. Like, it's just nothing. It's just insta-love and all that stuff I just said gets you to the finish line. Like, first of all, the fact that Galen is staying on land so much and that he's able to just not tell his brother or anybody else that Emma even exists or that he's even with Emma makes no freaking sense, because at the end of this book, him and Emma are basically dating and he still is not saying anything. But oh, he's supposed to say something after his brother mates with Paka, because then Emma can be his. Mind you, Emma's a half-breed and they're considered abominations. So what makes him think he can be with Emma? What makes him think that? nothing, because there's nothing in here that makes him think that he can be with Emma. The plot is just, it's just frustrating beyond measure. I cannot believe that I loved this book and rated it 5 stars back then, because this is not 5 stars. This is maybe 2.5. I rated it 3 on Goodreads, but I'm gonna give it 2.5 because it's just, there's just nothing going on in this book. You guys have seen, if you've watched this far, all the videos and all my feelings on this book and these characters. Raina is actually likable, even though she's a terrible human being, because at least she's got a good personality. Like, Raina and Torif are both likable, because at least Raina's not controlling. She's just a little bit crazy and likes things her way and likes her freedom, and Torif is just a sweetheart. I really like that. Emma is annoying. She's so annoying, but I will say I like that Emma was very snapback-ish. Like, she was upset that Galen didn't like her, but her comeback game was on point. Like when she went on the date with Mark and when she snapped back at him saying she was tired of waiting. Emma was, I like that about Emma. I hated her mother, and I still hate her mother, and I started the next book, guys, and I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to probably do a review on it, but I still hate her mother. She's a terrible person. Honestly, she's not likable in the slightest. Not even a little teeny bit. She's a liar. She's manipulative. She's making her daughter feel bad about something that really happened. Like, she literally makes Emma feel like she can't talk to her because when she told her the fish helped her, she laughed in her face. Laughed in her face, guys. Mind you, she knows the truth and has known the truth her whole entire life. And what did she think Emma would never find out when she's literally half Serena? And they have legends about this stuff, guys. Like, this stuff happened before, and she should know it because she was a princess. So you know she knows about the legends and about what happened with the half-breeds and about the fact that they do have Serena qualities. Like, she knows this, but, you know, she just never thinks Emma's gonna find out. What a load of crap, guys. What a freaking load of crap. Honestly, there's just nothing to really discuss about this book because I've said all I can say. And if you guys don't know how I feel by now, then you just won't. Rachel is, again, unlikable because she's literally breaking the law in this entire book. And she's just irritating and almost irrelevant because what does she even do other than make them breakfast and buy crap and help Galen out? Oh, she breaks the law for him, taps him his phone, steals all her records, does a huge extensive background check on her. But she doesn't do everything Galen says, because there's a line in here that says that. Let's just stop talking about this book because there's just nothing else to really discuss. It's just frustrating and irritating, and I am done talking about it. And I have talked about this book so much, and I'm tired of discussing. Honestly, what I've said has been what I've said. I just want to put this book down. I don't think I will ever read it again. I'm really not sure at this point if I will ever read it again. I won't say that I 100% won't, but I think you have to go into this book with a mindset of just enjoying it. Like, don't go into this book with nitpicky thoughts or anything. Don't think too hard about things. Don't really try to understand because it doesn't make any sense. Like, and the stuff that goes on in this book, the stuff that's portrayed in this book really pisses me off. Like the whole you're hot so you can do whatever you want thing and girls flocking to hot guys thing and all this other stuff. Yeah, it's just irritating. It's frustrating. Stop putting it in books, guys. The love interest can be average. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm just saying. Anywho, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. So if you like this video, please leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know your feelings on this book. And again, if you feel differently, then please feel free to give me your ranty reasoning why you feel differently, respectfully, of course. And please be respectful in the comments. But this channel is an open space, guys. So give me your 2-3 paragraph reasoning on why this is the best book you've ever read, and I will read it and we can discuss. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!